Welcome to Review Central. This is Real Estate Exam Reviewer number 2, featuring questions on rules on subdivision and condominium development. This reviewer is intended for those who are eyeing, or are set to take the Philippine Real Estate Brokers Examination, given by the Professional Regulation Commission. There are 10 questions featured on this reviewer. All questions are modeled on actual questions that appeared on previous real estate exams. Let's begin. Question number 1. The law protecting buyers of subdivisions and condominium units. A. PD 200. B. PD 957. C. PD 1081. D. PD 1996. E. None of the above. The correct answer is B. Presidential Decree No. 957 was passed to closely supervise and regulate real estate practitioners, owners, and developers in the Philippines. It was initiated and signed into law by former and late President Ferdinand E. Marcos in 1976. The primary purpose of the law is to protect buyers' welfare from all type of real estate misrepresentations. Question number 2. PD 957 aims to protect real estate buyers against A. Misrepresentations from real estate owners, developers, operators, and/or sellers. B. Fraudulent transactions. C. Swindling and manipulations. D. Owners, developers, and/or operators reneging on their obligations. E. All of the above. The correct answer is E. Under PD 957, the law refers to numerous reports about many real estate subdivision owners, developers, operators, and/or sellers reneging on their representations and obligations to provide and properly maintain subdivision roads, drainage, sewerage, water systems, and other similar basic requirements, thus endangering the health and safety of home and lot buyers. Another issue which PD 957 aims to address are reports of alarming magnitude showing cases of swindling and fraudulent manipulations perpetrated by unscrupulous subdivision and condominium sellers and operators, such as failure to deliver titles to the buyers, or titles free from liens and encumbrances, and failure to pay real estate taxes, and fraudulent sales of the same subdivision lots to different buyers. PD 957 considers acts of swindling and fraudulent manipulations as not only undermining of the land and housing program of the government, but also defeating the objectives of the government's broader social policies and programs, particularly the promotion of peace and order and the enhancement of the economic, social, and moral condition of the Filipino people. Question number 3. A tract or parcel of land which is partitioned primarily for residential purposes into individual lots with or without improvements thereon, and offered to the public for sale, in cash or installment terms. A. Subdivision project. B. Low-cost housing. C. Condominium project. D. Mixed-use development. E. Apartment complex. The correct answer is A. Subdivision project. As defined under PD 957, subdivision project shall mean a tract or parcel of land which is partitioned primarily for residential purposes into individual lots with or without improvements thereon, and offered to the public for sale, in cash or installment terms. It shall include all residential, commercial, industrial, and recreational areas as well as open spaces and other community and public areas in the project. Question number 4. Part of a condominium project intended for any type of independent use of ownership. A. Common areas. B. Condominium homeowners association. C. Condominium unit. D. Commercial space. E. Cooperative. The correct answer is C. Condominium unit. As defined under PD 957, a condominium unit shall mean a part of a condominium project, intended for any type of independent use of ownership, including one or more rooms or spaces located in one or more floors, or parts of floors, in a building or buildings, and such accessories as may be appended thereto. Question number 5. Any person who, for commission or other compensation, undertakes to sell or negotiate the sale of a real estate belonging to another. A. Salesman. B. Fixer. C. Broker. D. Middleman. E. Dealer. The correct answer is C. Broker. In real estate parlance, a broker is any person who, for commission or other compensation, undertakes to sell or negotiate the sale of a real estate belonging to another. In the Philippines, one must take and pass the real estate broker examination given by the Professional Regulation Commission to become a licensed broker. In contrast, a salesman refers to the person regularly employed by a broker, to perform, for and in his behalf, any or all functions of a real estate broker. A dealer, on the other hand, is any person directly engaged as principal in the business of buying, selling, or exchanging real estate whether on a full-time or part-time basis. Question number 6. For space to be considered a condominium unit, it must A. Be unencumbered by any restriction. B. Be managed by a condominium corporation. C. Be prohibited of independent use and ownership. D. Be encompassed by the interior space of the walls, floors, and ceiling. E. None of these. The correct answer is D. A condominium unit is necessarily bound by the interior space of the walls, floors, and ceiling. It is intended for, not prohibited of, independent use and ownership. It is, by its nature, encumbered by restriction, primarily due to its shared spaces. A condominium project may or may not be managed by a condominium corporation. Most condominiums in the Philippines are managed by their respective homeowners associations. But the management of the condominium unit itself can only be made by the condominium unit owner. Question number 7. It refers to the entire condominium project excepting all units separately granted, held, or reserved. A. Commercial condominium. B. Condominium unit. C. Community facilities. D. Condominium building. E. Common areas. The correct answer is E. Common areas. Common areas are all elements of the condominium development, which are not documented as being part of an individual unit. A homeowners association usually maintains common areas on behalf of all owners. There may also be limited common areas which are for the use of a particular subgroup of the condominium owners or residents. Common areas can include hallways, sidewalks, parking lots, community swimming pools, and laundry facilities, though the list doesn't end there. If people in a residential building or development are free to use a space, it is likely a common area. Question number 8. A dwelling unit completely surrounded by yards. A. Single attached. B. Single detached. C. Duplex. D. Row house. E. Condominium unit. The correct answer is B. Single detached. Single detached is a dwelling unit completely surrounded by yards, whereas single attached is a dwelling unit with one side attached to a firewall. A duplex is a dwelling unit containing two separate living units, each of which is separated from another by a firewall and provided with independent access. Row houses are dwelling units containing 3 or more living units designed in such a way that they abut each other and are separated from each there by a firewall, and each unit is provided with independent access. Question number 9. It refers to an area reserved exclusively for parks, playgrounds, recreational uses, schools, roads, places of worship, etc. A. Open space. B. Common facilities. C. Common areas. D. Commercial spaces. E. Public areas. The correct answer is A. Open space. Open space shall refer to an area reserved exclusively for parks, playgrounds, recreational uses, schools, roads, places of worship, hospitals, health centers, barangay centers, and other similar facilities and amenities. Question number 10. A subdivision scheme where the resulting blocks are more or less rectangular in shape. A. Subdivision complex. B. Simple subdivision. C. Gridiron subdivision. D. Array subdivision. E. Honeycomb subdivision. The correct answer is C. Gridiron subdivision. In urban planning, the grid plan, grid street plan, or gridiron plan is a type of city plan in which streets run at right angles to each other, forming a grid. Similarly, a subdivision where the resulting blocks are more or less rectangular in shape is referred to as a gridiron subdivision. You have just completed Real Estate Exam Reviewer number 2, which featured questions on rules on subdivision and condominium development. Check out our Real Estate Reviewer playlists for other Real Estate Exam Reviewer topics. If you haven't done so yet, please don't forget to subscribe to Review Central, and click or press the bell button to make sure you get notified whenever we post a new reviewer or other review materials on this channel. Please like if you find this video useful, and feel free to share to anyone who may also benefit from it. We wish you all the best on your forthcoming real estate broker's examination.